Hello fellow creatives, and welcome to my channel, Moonlit Haunt Creative, where you will find tutorials, thrift flips, DIYs, and much more. For project number 1, we're going to create a Valentine's heart door hanger. For this project, you'll need 3 of these glitter styrofoam hearts from Dollar Tree, and for each of the hearts, you're going to remove the hanger. This will leave a hole in the styrofoam where it is visible. For this, we're going to fill it with hot glue. Once you have applied the hot glue, then you're going to take glitter in a similar or same color of red as the glitter of the heart and sprinkle it on. As you are sprinkling on the glitter, I am shaking the heart just to get off any excess, and you'll repeat as needed. After the hole has been covered, I'm taking each one of the hearts and I'm spraying them with an Elmer's spray adhesive. The glitter was sporadic in places on the heart, so I'm just adding more glitter, which is why I'm using the spray adhesive, and then using more of that glitter to fill in the hole to cover the heart as well. And I'll apply that to each one. Then to seal the hearts so that they don't have fallout and spread glitter even worse than they do, I'm applying just a clear coat of spray paint over each one of those hearts. After applying the clear coat to all the hearts, we're going to set those aside to dry. Now I'm going to work on the bow. I'm using 2 types of ribbon. One is a thick wired plaid ribbon and the other is a white satin. To make the ribbon, I am squishing the middle, making a loop, and then squishing it in the middle again, twisting the print side right side up, making another loop, squishing in the center again, and then twisting right side up so the print side's up, making another loop. And then I'm going to squish in the center again, and then twist so the right side is facing up, squish in the center again, twist so that the print side again is up, make another loop, squish in the center again, twist so the print side is up, and then make another loop. And you can continue this process for however many loops you want to make. For this, I made a total of 3 loops on each side, and then I'm just cutting off the end for a tail. After I have my loops made, I'm just taking strips of that white satin ribbon, about, I would say, 5 to 6 inches in length, and then I'm just placing them in the center of the bow. Again, I'm keeping the bow together just by holding it, and then I'm cutting more of the satin ribbon, adding it to the center again. Next, I'm going to take a black pipe cleaner or chenille stem, however you prefer to call it, and then I am placing it over the center of the bow, making sure that the ribbon and the thick ribbon itself are encased, bringing the ends down and twisting underneath. After that is secure, you can go back and you can fluff the bow to your desired satisfaction. The next step is optional, but since I used this white satin ribbon, some of the ends were a little frayed, so I am just taking a lighter and searing off those frayed ends. Now for mine, only 1 or 2 of the ends needed to be seared, but if you're choosing to use a satin ribbon, you may have more than I did. After the bow is finished, we're taking 3 of these wooden heart ornaments from Dollar Tree and also this lightweight spackle. I'm going to go ahead and plug up the holes within the wooden ornaments with the spackle, which I'm doing here on each one of those. And once the spackle dries, you can give it a light sanding if you want. And then I'll be using Waverly chalk paint and ink to paint the front, sides, and back of each of the hearts, making sure that the front and sides of each heart has full coverage. And as just a general disclaimer, this video is sped up. Sadly, I do not paint this fast in real life, even though I wish I did. And if you are enjoying watching this video, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to notify you whenever I upload new content to my YouTube channel. And then once you have all 3 of your hearts painted, it's time to start assembling the door hanger. So I'm taking 2 more strips of that wide plaid ribbon. They're about 10 to 12 inches in length, and I am just testing the fit here to where I am looping it in between 2 of the hearts. And then I'm applying hot glue to one end of the ribbon and then folding it over and pressing it. And once the glue is dry, we're going to flip the hearts over, and I'm applying another bit of hot glue to that arch of the heart just to hold the underside of the ribbon in place. And then we're going to take the third heart and connect it to the second heart, as you see here, doing the same steps to where I'm taking the ribbon, adjusting it, and then flipping the hearts over in order to glue the ribbon down to hold. And like with the previous heart, we are applying glue to the underside of the arch of the glitter heart and then pressing the ribbon down to secure it. Now it's time to add on your wooden hearts. Now the glitter hearts are each facing one direction, and the wooden hearts are going to be facing the opposite direction of the heart they're being glued on. So for the top heart, the point is facing to the left, and then the point of the wooden heart is going to be facing to the right. And then it's going to be opposite with the next heart down, and again with the next heart down. So again, the points of the glitter hearts are facing one direction, the points of the wooden hearts are facing the opposite direction. And now I'm just adding the ribbon loop to hang the hearts from. So I'm just taking that same thick plaid ribbon and I'm just making a loop. Again, I used about a 10 to 12 inch strand of ribbon. I'm applying hot glue to the glitter heart and just placing that loop on top, and then adding a little bit more hot glue just to make sure it's secure. And then once that is secure, we're going to flip our door hanger over and then apply the bow. So the bow still has the pipe cleaner still on it, so I am just going to cut the ends off the pipe cleaner with wire cutters, and then I'm just going to judge the placement for the bow, and once I'm satisfied, I'm applying a generous amount of hot glue to the back of the bow, and then I'm just going to place it down on top of the ribbon loop and then hold it down with my finger just until the glue dries. And after that, you have your completed Valentine's heart door hanger to display proudly on your door or on your wall to decorate for Valentine's Day. Now this DIY was Pinterest inspired, but I love the outcome with using the plaid ribbon and the black hearts to add my own twist and add a different look for a Valentine's Day decor. For project 2, we are making a Valentine's Day kissing ball, or pomander as we used to call them when I was a floral designer. So you will need a styrofoam ball. This is a 3.8 inch styrofoam ball, and I'm taking a wooden skewer and just sticking it in the ball for support, and then I'm going to take the skewer the other end and then just stick it in this styrofoam round disc. Next, I'm going to take Waverly chalk paint and ink, and I'm just going to paint the entirety of the styrofoam ball. Now this step is completely optional. I am just choosing to do so because I do not want that white of the styrofoam to show through. Now I don't know about any of you, but personally I cannot stand it if any styrofoam shows through on my arrangements. It's the equivalent of nails on a chalkboard. It just drives me nuts. And here we have the foam ball all painted, and we're going to let that dry. Next, we are working on the handle for the kissing ball. So I have this onion grass, and we're going to need 3 blades of this grass of equal length. And you're also going to need ribbon of your choice. I just have this thin silver ribbon, and you will need some wire. So we're taking those 3 blades of onion grass as I have shown, and I'm adding the ribbon to the grass. And next what I'm going to do is take the wire and I'm going to create a bend in it like a pin, a hairpin. And I'm placing the bend over on top of the bundle of grass and ribbon, and I'm wrapping the longer end around, encasing the grass and the ribbon. And to secure that down, I am going to use masking tape and just tape it down to my work area. And then we're going to start weaving. So I'm taking the ribbon and weaving it under the far right blade, over the middle blade, and then under the far left blade. And then I'm doing the opposite. It's going to go over the far left blade, under the middle blade, and then over the far right blade. And then it's going to repeat that process, going over, under, and then under, over, under, all the way down those blades of grass until you have a nice woven design. And here you can see as we're getting further along in the process, again, it is just repetitious. This did take a little bit of time to complete the handle. And then I am just spacing it out here. You'll see me kind of adjusting it, scrunching it up, pulling it down, just to get the look I want. And then to secure the ends, I'm taking another piece of wire, bending it to create a hairpin loop, placing the bend over the grass and ribbon combination, and then using the longer end of the wire to twist around to secure that end. This next step is optional as well. I'm creating several bunches, each bunch containing 3 blades of the onion grass, and I'm using the same type of wire, creating the bend for the loop and then twisting it around the ends of the grass to secure it. I would suggest doing this on both ends of the onion grass bunches in preparation. One of those instances as do as I say, not as I do, just because you'll see where I did not do that in this video. Next, I'm going to take several stems, 9 I believe to be in fact, of these Dollar Tree roses, and I'm just going to clip the roses off of the stems. I'm clipping them off at about 1 inch to 1.5 inches in length. And like I said, I used 9 stems of these. And now that we have everything prepped, we're going to go back to our foam ball and we are going to add the handle. So I'm applying hot glue to the wired ends and sticking it into our foam ball. And then I'm taking the other end and doing the same, just kind of judging where I want to stick it in at, and then applying hot glue again to the wired end and sticking it into the foam ball. And then next what we're going to do is we're going to start applying our roses. I'm just going to start applying them starting at the top towards the handle and just applying them next to each other. I don't really have a rhyme or reason how I am sticking them in. I'm just going through, rotating the ball, and adding them as I see fit. And while I'm adding them, this is where I said do as I say, not as I do. Here I'm just going through and adding one of the bunches of the onion grass. And with this, I did not have the opposite end wired, and you see me doing that here. Had I had both ends wired, it just would have been an easier process. So I initially stuck one end in, and then I'm just judging where I wanted to place the other end, wired it, and now I'm placing the other end into the floral foam ball. As previously mentioned, this is certainly an optional step and not required. From my previous floral design experience, we specialized in more European designs, so you see a lot of arrangements using decorative grasses such as onion grass, lemongrass, so on and so forth. So I just wanted to incorporate that into this design from my previous experience. And as you see, I'm just going through here as I go along with filling out the floral foam ball by adding the roses and then adding more decorative grass to it. Much like when you were creating the woven handle, this does take a bit of time as you're determining the placement of the roses and then figuring out where you want to place or have the grass positioned at, you know, what direction do you want to have it going? Do you want to have the blades spread out? As you'll see me in some of the frames kind of fidgeting with the blades, well in this frame specifically, kind of spreading them apart. When I got to the bottom or underside of the kissing ball, I decided I wanted to add in a tail or a streamer. So I'm using some of that same silver ribbon, and I'm also going to use this table scatter from Dollar Tree. So I took 2 equal lengths of the ribbon and then I bent those in half, and then I cut 3 more strands of ribbon, each at differing length, and then securing them together with wire as we've previously done. And once they're all secure, what I'm going to do is I am just separating those 3 strands that are of differing lengths, and then I'm going to use the table scatter to glue onto each one of those end pieces. I will be using 2 of the hearts for each of the ribbon ends. Here I'm just applying glue to the inside of one of those hearts, placing the end of one of the ribbons on it, and then I'm sandwiching the other table scatter heart flat side down on top of that. So I'm encasing the ribbon end inside 2 of those hearts. And here I'm just repeating for those other 2 strands of ribbons that I have. And once you have the tail or streamer completed, whichever you prefer to call it, it's time to add it to the bottom of our kissing ball. So I'm just applying glue to the wire that's holding the ribbons together and sticking it in the bottom of the styrofoam ball, trying to line it up as best as I can with where the handle is, so it's almost a straight line going down. And after I've added it, I'm just going to go ahead and finish filling in the rest of the roses on our kissing / pomander ball. And once you have all of your roses completed, you can just spin it around just to make sure that there are not any gaps showing where you can see the foam through, and you have your finished kissing ball or pomander that you can hang up to further decorate your house for this Valentine's Day season. Additionally, depending upon your colors, this would also make an excellent wedding decoration, which could be carried by either flower girls or the bride. So if you stayed to the end of this video, I wish to thank you. I certainly enjoyed making these 2 items for Valentine's Day decorations, and I intend to make more videos to come. So if you have enjoyed this, definitely go ahead and give this video a like, comment which of the 2 that you enjoyed most, and also definitely consider hitting that subscribe button and bell to alert you when new videos are uploaded. Have a great day, stay inspired, and stay creative.